looking at a live picture on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. It's a mixed bag on Wall Street today as stocks look to wrap up the week on another high note. The Dow gaining 16 out of the past 20 trading days. That's pretty good. We'll see if the bulls can get through today's session. We enter the final, most important hour of the trading day right now. I'm Bob Pisani on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. My old friend Sue Herrera
isn't this
here.
fun?
Oh.
It's so good to be anchoring with you.
So good to be up next to you and me together with that picture. I love that.
There you go. Our colleague Maria Bartiromo is on assignment, so I'm filling in for her here at Global Headquarters. We've got about 45 minutes before the closing bell right now. The Dow trying to hold on to just a modest advance. We're only up about 3 points. The NASDAQ's in the red, Bob.
Still up on the week, though, Sue. The White House unveiling a broad new plan to curb foreclosure by encouraging lenders to reduce the principal owed by troubled homeowners. Up next, we'll discuss what kind of financial impact that could have on the banks.
And after the bell, the former Council of Economic Advisors Chairman Glenn Hubbard joins us. He'll tell us why he thinks the latest financial regulatory reform bill could hurt U.S. competitiveness.
But first, take a look at the most active stocks here in the New York Stock Exchange. Remember, it's a law. Citigroup always leads. You're watching CNBC. We're first in business worldwide.
The world is getting smaller.
Your money travels further than ever before.
Investments at home
Fuel the global economy.
creating new opportunities everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. We are your global connection.
Your global connection to the stories from around the world that move your money at home.
Fast, accurate,
Actionable. Unbiased.
CNBC. CNBC.
First in business.
worldwide.
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 For more on the Obama administration's latest efforts to fix the housing market and its potential impact on banks, we welcome Paul Miller. He's Group Head of Financial Services with FBR Capital Markets. Jarrett Seberg is the Managing Director at Concept Capital. 40 minutes ago, before the closing bell, Dow Jones Industrial Average just about on the break-even line. Happened yesterday. We saw it move down in the middle of the day. Same thing here today. NASDAQ down, but Sue, we're still up on the week.
That's right, but we've had unusually low options activity, and that's led to some low volatility, and in some markets, low volume. And that's made this recent rally to be penned the unloved rally by some. But are there signs of activity picking up on the horizon? We'll talk about that when we come back.
Maria Bartiromo, live from the Treasury Department for an exclusive interview with Secretary Timothy Geithner, plus one-on-ones with some of Washington's other big power players. Closing bell, live from the Treasury Department, Monday starting at 3 p.m. Eastern on CNBC.
With 35 minutes before the closing bell, the Dow has turned negative, but some of the widely held stocks have been posting gains today, and a number of them are in the financials. Some are attributing that to the mortgage write-down proposal being put forward by the administration. Other widely held include our parent company, General Electric, ExxonMobil, Pfizer, AT&T, and Verizon. Bob?
And Sue, the S&P 500 now up 10% over the last 2 months. Yet amongst traders, it's been dubbed a loveless rally. I've been saying that all week. Why? Trading volumes and market volatility are continuing to be anemic.
Okay, you know what? We're having some technical issues with some of the sound down at the New York Stock Exchange. So we're going to take a break, try and get that remedied, and keep you up to date on the market. The Dow has turned negative. Oil settled just above the $80 mark. The NASDAQ's negative as well. We're back in 2 minutes' time. Also ahead, the CNBC Investor Network. Will the recent tortoise rally keep heading slowly higher today notwithstanding? Or will we see a pullback when the quarter ends next week? We'll talk about that in a moment. Dow's down 355, 3.55.
Take a look at the day on Wall Street.
Just getting started here in Asia and here are the stories.
Oh, to some breaking news now. It appears that
Free real-time quotes, unparalleled access when you want it. Fast, accurate, actionable, unbiased. CNBC.
Less than 30 minutes before the closing bell, another take now on the markets, and we turn to our CNBC Investor Network live via the webcam. Tim Smalls is head of U.S. trading at Execution Noble. Nice to see you, Tim. Less than 30 minutes before the closing bell, the Dow is negative by 4 points. The NASDAQ has been negative by about 8 points, now 6 points on the trading session. And that unusually low options activity has led to low volatility. And we are going to talk more about this unloved rally. But are there signs of activity picking up? We'll talk more about that when we come back. And then after the bell, the CEO of the London Stock Exchange discusses everything from financial regulatory reform to stock market consolidation. That's ahead at 4 p.m. Eastern.
When you see it, when you touch it, then you feel it. The power of CNBC's real-time data direct from the NYSE and NASDAQ. Real-time quotes delivered straight to your fingertips, fast and free. The real world is a busy place. That's why CNBC runs on real-time every time you need it. On air, online, on mobile. It's on. CNBC's real-time, powered by the network that's first in business worldwide.
Welcome back. We want to renew our discussion about the lack of volume and volatility on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. We're going to be talking about 20 minutes to go before the closing bell. Sue, we've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average still basically on the flat line.
Right.
NASDAQ also on the downside, but we're still up about 0.5% here for the week on the NASDAQ.
And the bulls will take it. Stocks have given up some of their early gains. Up next, we're going to talk about what's going on and how you can still make money in this market when we come back.
Welcome back. Bob Pisani on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. The tortoise rally has been the subject of constant discussion here in the last...
Options action and Scott on that show tonight, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, following Fast Money Live at 5. We're coming right back with the closing countdown, and then after the bell, we'll get an inside look at the explosive growth in the renewable energy industry. The CEO of Solar Reserve tells us why his company is having trouble hiring people fast enough. They can't get enough good people. That's ahead at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And together again for the first time since the Republican ticket was put together with Ms. Palin and, of course, Senator McCain. She is stumping for him once again ahead of his election that he's facing. And she's in Tucson, Arizona. She did an op-ed in the Arizona Republic earlier this morning. She's following up on that. That's taking place live now in Tucson, Arizona. We're back in a moment.
Welcome back. Bob Pisani down on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. We had South Korea. We saw a noticeable drop late in the day, closing below the prior day's close, and that's very important, and that's a negative technical indicator. There's the bell. Dow Jones Industrial Average up about 1% for the week.